She's practicing witchcraft, and Tom Brady is allowing it to happen in his home.
Sir, has anybody ever asked whether you're absolutely insane?
Oh, you mentioned directly that there are deep spiritual ramifications.
I wanted an answer
Brady.
to that question.
Okay, go ahead.
I want this man to defend his sanity.
insane?
Do you understand that you sound like an absolute crazy person right now, Mr. Wild?
No, I sound like a born-again Christian who loves Jesus Christ with all my heart. You have to understand the seriousness of witchcraft. The witches will be assigned to the lake of fire. When they die, they're going to spend eternity in the lake of fire with murderers, adulterers, liars. Witches are mentioned right there with murderers and adulterers and liars.
Right.
Okay? It is an eternal damnation in the lake of fire. You don't play games with witchcraft.
Father Time has no idea where Tom Brady lives. None.
And it is the magic number 6. Mike Jordan, the greatest athlete in history of American team sports, has 6 championships.
Touchdown, Patriots, as they tie Super Bowl 52.
Brady was the GOAT.
Well, the luckiest play in the history of the Super Bowl.
Ring number 6.
So that's 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives. Who can do that? Only in Hollywood could you make that up.
6 rings equals GOAT.
Mike Jordan, the number 6 is a big deal.
If he gets his hands on all 6 stones.
And Gronkowski has it. Was he across the pylon? Yes, he was.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Any superstitions going into the game? Any special thing you carried into the game on Sunday that you had tucked away somewhere?
I did. I always, I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game.
The cliff people. The what people? There's 4 letters. The 4 letters. The cliff.
I've heard people say he's going to fall off a cliff 5 years ago. Okay, in 2 more years he's going to fall off a cliff. Stop looking at the birth certificate all the time.
He's the oldest to do pretty much everything that he's done this year.
17 years ago, we were the largest underdogs in the history of the Super Bowl.
She just wills it so much. And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids. And I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones. And she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say all these mantras. And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened. And at first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, it worked. It was pretty good. And then in 2015, it was about early January, and she said, you know how much I love you? And I said, yeah. And she said, I just want to let you know this is not going to be your year. Oh. And of course we lost. I said, what does 16 look like? And she said, 16 is going to be your year. So it was early January this year, and I said, babe, asking, do we have a chance? And she said, yeah, but you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're really going to have to listen to me. So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine. She said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.
So you believe in witches. You believe there are witches in our presence, both good and bad, that are living with us right now. Is that fair to say?
Yes, there are witches, but they're all bad. There's no such thing as a good witch.
What leads you to think, Rick, that Giselle, Brady's wife, is a witch?
Well, Tom Brady said she's a witch.
You could see the smile on his face talking about his relationship with his wife and the impact. You took that to mean that she is somehow talking to demonic figures and is a witch?
Everything that Mr. Brady described his wife doing is paganism. It is witchcraft. What he described was witchcraft, and he said, my wife is a witch.
Right.
He said, his wife said, you married a witch. You married a good witch.
Yeah. So you think she meant that? You think she meant that seriously? So she actually has power over his football career. He's winning Super Bowls because of his wife.
But he himself is attributing his success to witchcraft.
There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.